So, we're backstage again here, now a couple of hours later. We just seen the gig. First of all, introduce yourself to our viewers.
My name's Jeron Moore. I'm the producer, lead creative on Legend of Zelda, Symphony of the Goddesses.
The show was amazing, absolutely amazing. I just have to admit that I had about goosebumps about 20 times and tears in my eyes about 10 times. As a Zelda fan, I was about to say fucking great.
Excellent. So glad to hear that.
How long did it actually take to bring up this production? You know, the whole idea with the video game scenes, the song selection, everything. Chad Sider, who isn't here, our music director, he and I worked probably about 9 months, just generating everything and getting it to where it needed to be before we could go on tour. So about the time it takes to have a baby. Yeah, it's a baby.
Yeah, it's a very nice baby. I loved it too, so I just have to say thank you. It was really great, and I really enjoyed it. But I would like to know, you had 4 pieces or four games themed mainly in the show. What would you say is your favorite arrangement of the 4?
It's a really hard one. Probably A Link to the Past. That gets back to the basics for me and has basically all the themes that really shaped my childhood. So it kind of encapsulates for me what Zelda is really about.
Okay, and how did you choose the games you took the music from? Was there a selection process with Nintendo? You talked about what you wanted to do, what they wanted to have. How did it work?
Really, it was always more about telling a story, and Nintendo kind of trusted us to just kind of go off and do what we wanted, and then we would show up with here it is. So here's A Link to the Past, or here's Ocarina of Time, and everything that we feel like needs to be in there. And Kondo-san and Onuma-san didn't come back to us with really any revisions in terms of content. It was all usually just very minor things, just to the existing material that was there. I think they knew that we understood the stories and kind of how best to tell them in the medium that we were telling them in. So really it came down to Chad and I kind of deciding, this is an important theme. What advances the story and gets you through the important moments in the game without sacrificing some of the smaller things too, and it's a compromise, but I like what we came up with.
Yeah, I do too, but I have to ask one question from my personal point of view. The Wind Waker is one of my favorite Zelda games, and I absolutely love Dragon Roost Island. Why isn't this great song in the show?
Well, we did have it in the 25th anniversary medley that was on the CD. So we kind of intentionally left it out of the show since everyone already had a recording of it that came with Skyward Sword. So that was the biggest thing. But without saying too much, like I said, we're going into our 2nd season with new material, and you'll probably be pleased.
Okay, thank you.
But we'll only be pleased if the 2nd season will come to Germany. So any news about that?
Not yet. We just finished tonight. So, but what you guys should do is just let Nintendo Germany know. I mean, get in contact. Get in contact with the powers that be and send your praise, and have them forward that to Nintendo of Europe. And demand it,
We will. Was a fan reaction good enough for coming back?
You know, it never gets old. It's I'm kind of nervous when I get out there, you know, just because I'm really not used to standing in front of that many people, and I've done it 40 times. You would think I would be used to it by now, but you know, the thing that makes me more comfortable is that after I've been out the first time and I get a sense for the energy in the audience, I start to feel like I'm just in front of a lot of my friends. And that's really special because something like Zelda, there are so many themes, you know, of growth and struggle and family and love, you know, and those are all emotions and journeys that we've kind of all taken together, either, you know, in the same room or in our own room, separate across oceans. And to me, that's remarkable that we can all come together and be brought together by this music and the graphics and just live musicianship. A lot of people in the audience have never seen an orchestra come together and perform music, you know, in unison. And that in and of itself, you know, Zelda or not, is a magical thing. I think when you bring in Zelda, you bring in the fans, you bring in all this nostalgia and all the memories. They might have their boyfriend or their girlfriend or their son or their daughter. They're sharing something very special. It's just contagious. It just sort of snowballs and becomes this just incredible experience. And I think everyone on the team, just that keeps us energized, and it's what brings us back every time.
How did the show evolve throughout all those months? I mean, it started in 2011 with the 25th anniversary. Now we have 2 years later. Do arrangements change? Do video sequences change? Is the Majora's Mask end, which I really loved, is this really something new which came up later?
Majora's Mask came about halfway through last year. I mean, we've really only been on tour for it's only been about a year and a half since the 25th anniversary concerts. So, I mean, we're just now coming up to, we're just now coming up to E3, which hits in a couple weeks. And that was when, I guess 2 years ago, we had the orchestra come up, which we also produced. And then we didn't go on tour with Symphony of the Goddesses for several months after that. So it's pretty much stayed the same as we originally intended it to be. We didn't develop it with any intention for it to really evolve, because that would mean that we weren't happy with what we did in the first place. So it was very important to us to deliver something to the audience that we felt was good enough to just be, you know. And of course, it has to go through Nintendo, through NCL, Nintendo Japan, for approval. And that we figure if it's good enough for them, and they're very discerning, if it's good enough for them, then it's ready for showtime.
Okay, I have one more question, because I'm a video editing guy myself. So I really liked the coexisting of music and the video material out of the games. So you had not only the opportunity to see the themes in mind while hearing the music, but actually seeing them on screen. Was it hard to combine the two so they fitted as exact as they do, or a little bit different asked, what came first, the music or the video? Did you cut the video to the existing music, or did you arrange the music to fit some video ideas?
That's an interesting question. So the narrative flow, which kind of permeates the video and the music, kind of fell into my domain. And so initially, before Chad would sit down and actually write any of the music, I would lay down a very specific path for him to follow. And that would be a breakdown of scene, characters, what the moods were, what the themes are associated. And it would just basically be a a breakdown of how the piece should flow from beginning to end. And so already in my mind, I was building the story that I wanted him to follow. And so he would go and write the music based on those notes, and then I would come back and do my best to put what I saw in my mind to the music. So it was like making a movie backwards, basically. But in a way, it was also like making a music video. So it kind of took the best of both of those processes. And it was a lot of fun for me. I went to film school, and I'm a director, producer, editor by trade. So this was an opportunity to really probably, make a Zelda movie with a full orchestra. Closest thing we'll get until it
probably
happens.
Okay, thank you very much. Gunnar, have another question?
No, I just want to say that I was very much amused by the translator. I don't know who picked them, but he reminded me a bit of Tingle.
Oh yeah, yeah. I was thinking that about halfway. I was like, I don't know half of what this guy's even saying, but
better that way.
He's straight out of the video game, so he just had the wrong costume.
Yes. He should be in a Tingle costume. Then it would be funner. Yeah.
It would be more appropriate. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Of course.
Yeah, thank you very much, and we are looking forward to the second season, hopefully in Germany.
I look forward to it as well.
Ja, Konzert ist vorbei. Es war so lala, würde ich sagen. Und wir wollen jetzt noch mal ein kurzes Statement abgeben. Ich fange mal an mit Tim. Also das, wie heißt dieses komische Spiel, A Link to the Past dabei war, das war doch jetzt nicht so in deinem Interesse.
Also hätte echt nicht sein müssen, dass dieses komplette Dreckspiel A Link to the Past sitzt da auch noch mit. Gut, die anderen Spiele, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask kann man jetzt nicht drum rum, aber Link to the Past hätte echt nicht sein müssen. Das hätte man einfach mal weglassen können. Das ist,
danke.
Ja.
Nein, jetzt mal im Ernst. Also es war natürlich absolut grandios und ich muss auch zugeben, A Link to the Past, Musik. Mit Orchester ist es einfach nur absolut grandios und Gänsehaut pur. Auch die anderen Arrangements, die wir gehört haben, ich krieg's gar nicht mehr so ganz zusammen, weil irgendwie so viel war. Womit hat's nochmal angefangen?
Ja, am Anfang war irgendwie so ein Medley von allem, was uns erwartet, ne?
Ja, und dann kam Ocarina of Time, dann kam Twilight Princess, dann kam...
Davor kam noch so ein Dungeon. So ein Dungeon-Schnitt kam vorher noch.
Stimmt. Und die 4 Hauptarrangements...
Das war geil am Anfang, Alter. Ja, die ganzen alten 2D-Zeldas.
Ja, da hat es mich auch schon gepackt, aber richtig gepackt hat es mich dann am Ende bei Majora's Mask. Gunnar, sag du mal was. Halt das Mikro auch selber, bitte.
Mir fehlen die Worte.
Es ist schwierig.
Ja, also ich hatte die ganze Zeit Gänsehaut, ich hatte Dauergänsehaut, ich hatte so viel Gänsehaut wie noch nie in meinem Leben und ich hatte auch Tränen in den Augen zwischendurch und gerade am Ende, wo nur mal die 10 gesehen hat, wie der Mond runterfallen wird und die Riesen kommen, den aufhalten und dieser bombastische Soundtrack, da mit diesem unglaublichen Druck, das war Heavy Metal pur, das war Wahnsinn. Okay, großartig.
Ja, also ich bin auch immer noch total geflasht und ich glaube, ich hatte schon lange nicht mehr so viele Gänsehautmomente hintereinander. Also man saß wirklich bei jedem neuen Song da und dachte sich, boah, ist das geil. Und ja, mehr gibt es eigentlich gar nicht groß zu sagen, oder?
Ich will noch eins sagen, für alle, die ihn noch nicht kennen, Video, ne? Das ist Christian, der war ja noch nie im Video dabei, in der Tenno-Show, habt ihr ihn schon ein paar Mal gehört. Gerade ist aus dem Off dazu gerufen worden, habe ich total vergessen schon, wie konnte das passieren? Der Windfisch natürlich, das war wirklich grandios, vor allem für mich, weil das Spiel Link's Awakening ist gerade das letzte, was ich gespielt habe vor kurzem nochmal, deshalb bin ich da auch noch so richtig drin und das war grandios.
Es war halt eigentlich schon vorbei und wir standen da halt alle Standing Ovation, man war noch total angespannt und dann kam er halt drauf und meinte, ja, wir haben da noch was. So, und dann kam eine Zugabe und dann kam eine Zugabe nach der anderen, 3 Zugaben waren das, glaube ich. Und es waren echt alles so Tracks, die eigentlich gefehlt haben. Wo man halt so gedacht hat, ja, war jetzt ganz geil, aber das hat noch gefehlt. Und dann kam das. Also es kam dann am Ende noch das Gerudo-Tal und A Link to the Past extra noch mal ein Medley, wo mir alles abging. Das war mein heftigster, da musste ich echt heulen. Wir sind hier 4 gestandene Männer und wir haben alle geheult heute. Also es ist echt Wahnsinn. Man war so emotional gefasst, ja, und dann am Ende dann Majora's Mask tatsächlich noch. Da hat es mich gar nicht mehr. Ich kann nicht weiter. Wer will?
Ich habe genug gesagt.
Ja, was hat euch denn gefehlt? Also mir persönlich die 3 großen, Deco Palace, Majora's Mask, Dann Dragon Rose Island und...
Stone Tower.
Ja, aber was mir wirklich gefehlt hat, ist die scheiß Konzertreihe Symphony of a Goddess. Und wir hören diesen scheiß Song nicht. Das kann doch nicht sein. Jetzt mal ernsthaft. Den finde ich so großartig, der hat mir sowas von gefehlt. Was fehlte euch noch?
Minish Cap hätte mich noch sehr gefreut. Ich habe nicht damit gerechnet, dass es kommt. Es ist verständlich, dass es nicht gekommen ist, aber ich finde, die Musik von Minish Cap ist sehr unterschätzt. Ich finde die sehr gut. Bei dir?
Bei mir wäre es eigentlich auch noch Dragon Rose Island gewesen. So spontan fällt mir eigentlich sonst nichts ein. Sonst war wirklich durch die Bank alles irgendwie dabei gewesen, was irgendwie Rang und Namen bei Zelda hat in Sachen Musik.
Ja, und bei Dragon Roost haben wir ja im Interview schon gehört, könnte vielleicht noch was kommen nächstes Jahr oder so. Was mir so ein bisschen gefehlt hat noch ist, ich fand Majora's Mask ist ein bisschen zu kurz gekommen. Es kam am Ende und es war wirklich grandios, aber es hätte noch sehr viel grandioser sein können, wenn man es ein bisschen aufgebohrt hätte. Das hat das Spiel auf jeden Fall verdient.
Er hat ja am Ende noch gesagt, dass es ja eigentlich eher zusätzlich noch dazu gebucht wurde, dass es eigentlich gar nicht dabei war und dann haben sie gesagt, da fehlt noch was, beziehungsweise es wurde an sie rangetragen, dass es fehlt und dann haben sie es dazu gepackt.
Das ist natürlich echt dankenswert. Also wie gesagt, Majora's Mask war auch geil, aber da wünsche ich mir in der Second Season auch nochmal eine richtige Nummer draus. Ja, ich glaube, das reicht für heute.
Fallen ihnen die Hände ab.
Ja, die fangen schon an, hier müde auszusehen und vor allem blendet es auch, wenn man da direkt reinguckt. Ja, danke fürs Zuschauen. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß. Ich habe ja auch ein paar Szenen drunter gelegt, dass ihr auch ein bisschen dabei sein konntet. Und wir hoffen, dass wir uns dann bei der zweiten Staffel, hoffentlich nächstes Jahr auch in Deutschland wiedersehen. Also, tschö.
Tschüss.
Ciao.